need to open up the chat so I can see everything. Oh, you can turn down jockey yourself, I think. Just right click and then turn it down. Oh! But. Oh, welcome back. Also, it's VC chat too. Okay. Okay, we can start. Or are you guys good with the audio? Okay, good. Yes, jockey. Okay, I'll continue while you guys work out the kinks. Transitions. So this is an overview of what you can do, because you can do things. Okay. There will be 4 classes. That's why it's 1/4. The first one will be about general combat info, which is today. The second one would be about combat RP etiquette, the tags info, and the class skills. It's just a review of everything. That will be on Saturday, same time. The third one, we'll talk about the status effects and the entirety of the attack skills, because there's a lot to talk about the attack skills. It will be next week, Wednesday, same time. And the last one will be about protect, debuff, boost, and heal skills. Yeah, which will be next week, Saturday, same time. So that's the syllabus. Introductory lecture. Then we go on to general combat info. Yeah, everyone take notes. Maybe you'll need it. But you can also not take notes, because I will be giving the slides next week, I guess. Kara. Okay, that's fine too, May. We go on to the first one. So the basic use of the glitch, as everyone knows, it costs 10 GP, right? And I think not everyone knows this, even though I've already announced this before. But sometimes I see people end up wasting their failed int checks. Basically, if you fail your glitch skill charge, which is a 9 or lower, you can choose to turn it into a basic glitch attack instead, so that you can still use it. Because both of them cost 10 GP anyway. Yeah. And then for support, they have the option to use their failed intro, 9 or lower, as a basic glitch heal instead. So for poor as well, I don't think you've seen, unless you've read through the patch notes. Basically, the support's basic glitch heal that costs 15 GP. Instead of it was int check, and then you had to roll D10 whiz before, but I changed it into an int check plus whiz. So you just have to roll D20 plus int plus whiz. Yeah. So this is optional for supports, because this one costs 15 GP. But if you don't want to use up 15 GP and just let it be 10 GP, then you'll just waste your 9 or lower int roll. So that's optional, essentially. Next we have in checks about glitch skills. So basically, I don't think I've had questions about this before. I think mostly for the new ones who aren't too aware of it, but you can charge for your glitch skills for both actions as long as your GP allows it. Basically, example for turn 1, you use both of your actions for charging your skills, and then on the next turn, you do the skill rolls. Like that's allowed if you want to. And then we go to receiving 3 or more attacks. So this is pretty common, especially when dealing with either AoE attacks or mobs. Yeah, this is Pan in the ad break that we have. Gotta take notes, Fan. So since each officer only has 2 actions, so if you have 3 or more attacks coming for you, you have the option to use both of your actions to defend against 2 of those incoming attacks. You can choose which of the attacks you want to defend against, but they have to be in order. So for example, 3 attacks are coming for you. There's 15, 3, and 17. And then you roll death for both of your actions, which is 20 and 21. This means you can use the first death roll, which is 20, against 15 for 0 damage, and then you can choose to absorb the second one, which is just 3 damage. And then you use the second death roll to the third attack to maximize your death rolls against the attacks incoming. You can also just juggle it around as long as the order of the rolls are the same. Also, welcome back. Why did I say welcome back? Welcome, whoever came in. And then we move on to defending for an ally. When defending for a teammate, it always costs an action. So either you roll death or you just want to absorb the attack without defending. It still costs an action. And when defending for an ally, you can only use depth. Like, you can't use dex. Oh, okay, that's about it for the first slide. I'll let that sink in for a moment. And then we move on to the next one. Yeah. Okay, so for this one, there's PvP, which is player versus player, and then there's PvE, which is player versus environment. PvE is usually just members versus mod characters or mod posts. There are differences in the turn order. Usually, for PvP, when we have 2 teams going against each other, instead of the usual when you roll initiative, right? You usually go by whoever rolls highest goes first, and then by order, the one who goes last has the lowest initiative roll. But for PvP, it's usually by alternating teams. So team 1, who has the highest initiative roll, and then team 2, who has the highest initiative roll. I will give an example later, so it's easier to visualize. Yeah, it's like this. And then for PvE, it's usually mods, and then the members, and then the mods, and then the members, which is what you would usually see in sorties, right? Especially in combat. So whoever rolls initiative highest goes first between the mods and the members. Okay, here's the example. So there are 2 teams. Let's say team 1 are Phoenix people. So there's Midas who rolled a 10, Jackal 24, and then Virus who has 23. And then Team 2 has from Outlaw 404 has 18, Reaper 16, and then Damsel has 12. If it was a PvP, like a PvP, then the turn order would be like this. The team with the highest initiative roll is Phoenix, right? Because Jackal has 24. So he goes first. And then the second one is 404 because 404 has the highest initiative roll in Team 2. Yeah, so it goes alternate. And it goes like that, as you can see by the pattern. Sponge. And then the more common one, usually for sorties, is every like it's each team goes first, whoever has the highest initiative. So in this case, it would be the mod post going first with Phoenix, so Jackal, Virus, and Midas. And then the next team would be Arclaw with 4-4, Reaper, and Damsel. Yeah, so that's usually what happens in stories. Just to give you guys an idea so that you're aware of the differences. But usually the PVE one is what we usually use for event, essentially. Okay, and then we continue on to information about handcuffs, which I think is a bit more apparent, especially with the tussles now. Oh. A standard for each officer is that everyone has one glitch nullifying handcuff with them. Like in sorties or like wherever they go. As long as they're at work. I mean, if you want to have your handcuffs with you while you're casual RPing, sure. But the standard is that each officer has one glitch nullifying cuff with them. There hasn't been any like hard rules for cuffs. It's just been like contesting of roles basically. So basically, when you cuff someone, you challenge the target with a chosen role depending on the flavor text. So you can choose to have a strength versus strength role for cuffing a patient or a terrorist, I guess. You can use strength, but then the target could also use dex to like try and dodge it. So it usually depends on what works in flavor text. And here only glitch attacks can break the cuffs, which is int 15 or higher. Is there something else? Oh yeah. Use int if your glitch works in flavor text. I'm assuming. Like, oh yes, you can use your glitch, hence your int role, if it works when trying to handcuff. Yes. So for this one, the handcuffs they're not indestructible. Like they're like handcuffs, but you can't like break out of it out of your own sheer power. Like that's just impossible unless you're like really buff, I guess. So understandably, the only thing that could break, like say steel, is like something supernatural, which is glitches. Usually just offensive glitches, but it depends on what works. And since the target of the handcuff would be nullified if they're glitches, only someone else can break the cuff, essentially. Yeah, and only an uncuffed glitch user's glitch can attempt to break it. Keeping notes. Oh no, but May, it can work for Zebu because he can CTRL-V it back to a state where it is unlocked. You get me? Yeah. Yeah, you can control Z that lock. You just gotta have int 15 or higher. Yeah. So it usually depends on your glitch. Okay. And then we continue to stat check. This basically refers to when you're trying to do something that might require a stat roll. The standard threshold is 15 or higher. For example, if you want to break down a door, then you should roll strength 15 or higher. You want to do a backflip while trying to dodge an attack, you got a dex 15 or higher. Something. Wait, for cuffs, does it cuff one hand or both hands? Because I've seen it happen. Oh yeah, the thing that M, because this was the original what's this? The mechanics for the handcuffs were pretty simple as it was. Like there was no thing about like one hand or both hands. For that one, it was purely flavor text essentially. But we can. I think we have plans to like solidify handcuff mechanics, including for the one hand and both hand thing, because it's become apparent with the tussle. So we're gonna work on it. Hopefully something easier. Nothing too complicated. I mean. Mm-hmm. And you've seen peeps use glitch attack to apply the cuffs. Yes, noms. It is allowed, but only when it feels like it makes sense to you. Like I don't think like for example, if Will tried to use his glitch to cuff someone, I'm not sure how he can do it. So it's usually situational. Wait, I'm trying to just to make sure that's the end of it. So I will have some questions. I'm gonna scroll back to chat. Give me a hot second. I'll just keep this open. Yeah, this is very short. You know, when I was outlining this, I was like, damn, there's so much to talk about in general combat info. Maybe I should just have it as in one class. And then I finished it in 20 minutes. But I'll take the rest of the time to answer questions because understandably there should be a lot. I will start with legally, how buff do you need to be to break the cuff with pure strength? For May's question, something like Monster Zombie. Or anything understandable that could like you could envision someone bending steel. You know. Wait. Lies question, even if it's cuffed on only a hand, the glitch are wholly nullified, right? Yes. So, even if, like, for example, in the puzzle, only one hand was cuffed, then the glitch is still, like, fully nullified. The one hand, two hand thing still, flavor text as of right now. Maybe it'll change in the future once we solidify it, but as of now, that is the case. And yes, Aka, Snex, Stun Glitch, yeah. You can use that to, like, fly cup. Will offensive glitch to apply cuff break them instead though? That one, it'll depend on how you apply it. Let's say, what would be a good example actually? Ares, like let's say Ares is a lightning electric glitch. Like naturally you would think that Ares wouldn't be able to use his electricity to like cuff someone, right? But Naru can instead say something like Ares used his electricity to stun the target, hence able to cuff said target. Yes, Noms. So something like that, you can do flavor text as long as you can write it out. It's mostly for what you as a mon can write about it, and if you're able to do it. So feel free to go ham. Naru. So like gestures at Reaper. He has an attack skill, but his glitch is basically a healing glitch. For that one, that's a little tricky because you're right. Reaper heals. So I'm not sure if he can actually use int to like cuff someone. Harm assist. Unless he stabs someone and then the target is like in shock. That instead of feeling pain, he gets healed. Oh, to break it for someone else. Okay. Not sure, actually. Because the basis for Reaper's glitch is that he stabs, and then the stab itself becomes like a heal, right? But the stabbing itself does not have any augmented stuff aside from healing. Like, the glitch doesn't make his stab stronger. Or does it? Also, I'm gonna scroll back again. The Kara's question, depending on the environment we're in, could we use it to break the cups? So I'm assuming like using something from the environment. Do you want to give an example, Kara? Oh, I see. Yes, you can. That would be possible. I think, but that's very situational. I think so. It depends on what you want to do, and then the mod in charge will have to adapt accordingly. Like for example, if you want to say you have a handcuff, right, and then you're trying to use a metal file to essentially like thaw it and cut it. Then maybe I'd ask you to roll strength for, I don't know, like 3 rounds. And it has to be 10 or higher before it comes off. Something like that. Yeah. So sometimes it'll be up to the mod and we have to improvise. What else? Okay. For stat checks, Jin, are we talking about like they need to perceive as something? Is that a 15 as well? Or like say Zeus wants to charm the info out of the CV. Is that also 15? Yes. It's usually 15. To perceive something. Usually the 15 is like for how to say this? Like mod or the environment. Not necessarily another player. But yeah, you get it. But it is possible. That is still the standard check. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Da-da-da. Wait, let me read back. Yeah, we're talking about Reaper's glitch, right? He can only heal fatal wounds, therefore he stabs people to make it fatal, then he heals. Jesus Christ, Reaper. Okay. If glitches that controls the environment, do we follow the roll above 15 for int or it's like the environment? Oh, for glitches that controls the environment, so let's say, rookie, using concrete in the environment, then yes, it's still int 15 or higher. Smash hand against rock, but harder. Yeah. It's usually since it'll be enhanced by the glitch. Corrode is not immune to cuff. All usually it's all glitch users can be nullified, except for prisoners who have uncontrollable glitches. And that's why whoever was there for Virus's first beta, sorry, with PedPed, the cuffs don't work on him. Yes, lie. So, for example, let's say corrode and then chroma. Chroma is cuff, and corrode is not cuff. Corrode can attempt to roll int to corrode the cuff to make chroma uncuff. Essentially, yes. Yeah, as long as they're not the one cuff nods. That's why for the tussle, it usually ends when both the leader and the assistant are cuffed because neither of them can use their glitches, and so neither of them can break the other's cuffs. Yeah. Yes, no? Question mark, why would you destroy a cuff? But that is certainly possible. But yes, for those questions, yes, you can still break them, but it will cost an action. Yeah, a few future references. ... You guys have any more questions regarding this? Do we want to go back to the previous slide? Aside from the turn order, there's also basic glitches, ink check, receiving 3 or more attacks, and defending for an ally. Because I don't think if you guys asked any questions earlier, I probably wasn't able to see it while I was presenting. Oh yes, 1 cup per use. Mm-hmm. In the tussle, what we've been doing is that if you fail your cup roll against a leader or an assistant, the leader or assistant ends up snatching your cup instead. Carl. But it usually depends on the target itself. Like they could break it instead or take it, whatever works. And normally it's just 1 cuff per officer, but maybe we'll have to increase that later on, especially since the officers will be handling what's this? We'll be handling Phoenix, and they're gonna need the cups. Are gonna have to do it by force, essentially, which is like the harder route. Like maybe for some reason within a story, like like if you're encountering a Phoenix, and then for some reason at some point all of your cups got blasted to bits, and you have no more cups, you're gonna have to deal with it. You know, either the standard battle or top no jutsu your way out of it. You cannot dissect the cup. It's more so you shouldn't, because it's government property. But if you want to break the law, yes. If the glitch can be able to repair a cup, yes, it can be an int 15. Yes, yeah, exactly. Very situational, but yes, forces. Zebu essentially have unlimited cup use, as long as GP allows it. I mean, he can also use it with another person's cups. We can also just slap and then return it to a state where it's not broken. Aka for that question, no. I don't think so. One bloody cough. Also welcome whoever came in. Welcome again. We're sort of finished with the class, but I can go another round. Oh, goodbye. Um, oh, Yen, did you come in? Yes. Okay, welcome. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh yeah. Do we finish the recording now, or do you guys still have any questions? I can still go like I can repeat everything because this was a very short debrief debriefing. Yeah, it's just some common combat stuff that tends to be overlooked. Yeah, we can end recording. Is Pan still here? Pan. Pan, Pan, Pan. Pandai.